The first time you officially enter Termina Field, you'll see a short cinema showcasing the area, but the actual movie that plays varies depending on which exit you came out of. There are several different kinds of enemies out here, and also different ones depending on if it's day or night, so I'll just kind of briefly point them out as we see them. You'll immediately encounter a standard enemy in this game called a red Choo-Choo. Now granted, they're not as cute as they are in some of the later games, but they are still quite useful. These generic enemies are easily defended against with your shield if they attack you, but they can also be defeated with a single hit with pretty much any of your various attacks at this point, so they're not that hard. Once they die, they will leave behind a recovery heart, which is kind of cool, but if your health is already full, they'll simply leave a green rupee instead. Our goal out here is to collect rupees, so you can do this by slashing up the clusters of bushes that are scattered throughout the field to get them quickly. Now you can charge up spin attacks while holding the B button to make this process a little bit faster, but this also uses up magic. Now you can also rotate the analog stick once and press the B button to perform a quick spin, which uses no magic, but is a little tricky to pull off, and it's also kind of quick. Now I make this look really easy here, but believe me, that's only because I have a lot of practice. Next, in the far southeastern corner of the field, right next to the Astral Observatory, you'll see the part-time worker is up in a tree grabbing at the branches, but he's only there on the first day. It's kind of suspicious, though. Roll into the tree to knock him down, along with some red rupees, which are worth 20 apiece. Man, Link is a jerk, but this is awful convenient and pretty sweet, so we're going to take advantage of it. If you continue towards the south, you'll see there's a chest there on your minimap in the midst of the tall grass. Just watch out for the Deku Baba who's here, since you could walk into it before you realize it. Open the large chest to get another red rupee. Yeah! After that, just slash the bushes and work your way back towards the entrance to South Clock Town, since you should have about 99 rupees right now, and that's our limit currently. There's several things we can do at 12 a.m. tonight, but we have a little while to wait, and to speed things up a bit, you can play the Song of Double Time, which is a hidden melody that jumps you forward in time. Simply play each note of the Song of Time twice to use it, and it will take us to the first night. Now, this particular Zelda game is very interesting in that it has so many characters that all have very interesting stories to tell, as well as set schedules and reasons for being at these locations. Now, one of these characters is named Guru Guru, a traveling musician in the Gorman Traveling Troupe, and on the first and second nights, you can be found out here practicing in the laundry pool because he got kicked out of his room by his fellow troupe members because he's too loud. He's in a contemplative mood right now, and if you chat with him, then you can complete his entry in the Bomber's Notebook, as well as get a mask. He'll tell you about his past and how he used to be part of an all-animal troupe, and he was jealous of the dog leader, so he stole a guy's mask one day. Now, it doesn't really matter anymore because you're such a good listener and all, so he'll just give it to you for free. So this will clear his conscience, complete his entry, and put a good old happy sticker in your Bomber's Notebook. That wasn't so bad, now was it? Now, while wearing the Bremen mask, you can use the B button to march around and play a repetitive yet catchy tune on your ocarina. It's only useful to us for a few times throughout the game, but its primary use is to lead animals around, as the description already told you. But you can march around dogs and chickens and they'll follow you, and it's pointless really, but he did mention that the dog leader could make them grow up in an instant, so time flies when you're having fun, eh? We'll actually be accomplishing that task at the end of the next video, so just keep it in mind for now, and we'll be doing that later. Now, our next objective is to go to West Clocktown and deposit all of our rubies in the bank. Now, I already put in just under 100 in the last chapter, as well as in the previous video, so I almost have 200. Anyway, once you have deposited 200 or more, the banker will gift you with the adult wallet, which allows you to carry up to 200 at any time. Yay, that's sweet! Now, with that in hand, you want to run back into Termina Field, and where we will gather some more moolah. Yay! Now, all we're doing at this point is just burning time until 12 a.m. of the first night, and when several events for the Bomber's Notebook become available. Yay! So, as long as we're waiting, just feel free to make a ton of rupees. Just make sure you're back in North Clocktown before 12 a.m. Must. So just outside the east exit of town, there's a fountain on either side of the ramp, and you can climb up into them, and there's a blue rupee that is inside each of those cone-shaped, polygon-made water spouts. Ah, yes, the wonders of the Nintendo 64. Drool-worthy, isn't it? Now, since we've already covered the chest to the south, you want to go north around the town, slashing up the circles of bushes with quick spins as you go. And once you reach the ramp leading down into the snowy area, you'll encounter a new enemy. During the day, there will be Dodongos, but I'll explain those later. At night, there are Enos, which are snowmen, basically, and they're quite easy. Just get close and stab them with your sword to defeat them. Now on the wall of the ramp itself, though, you'll see that there are some notes that look like an ocarina song. It's random what song it will be, but occasionally it's tunes from the previous game. You want to use your ocarina while standing fairly close to it, and you can get a shot at earning rupees. The amount you get depends on how well you played it, so if you mess up a lot, you won't get very much. I recommend actually facing away from the wall before you use your ocarina, and that way you can actually see the song behind Link, making it a little bit easier for you. Now, if you still have time before 12 a.m., then you want to just run back and forth a bit more, slashing bushes. And if you're all out of bushes in this area, you can simply fall down the hole nearby that's next to the ramp and come back out again to make them reappear. Yep, here it is, folks. Link, the hero of time, and this is what legends are really made of, landscaping. Anyway, when it's finally getting close to 12 a.m., you want to go ahead and enter North Clocktown, and you can look behind the slide to find Sakin the thief waiting behind it, and he claims that he's not suspicious. My, what an ironically suspicious statement that is. He's waiting for the lady from the bomb shop to come through the north gate, bearing goods for the bomb shop, and they really aren't too expensive, but she has a lot of them, I assume, so maybe he thinks he can really make quite a bit off it. I like how her bag has bunnies on it or something. At just about 12:20, Sakin will run out and steal her sack, and we trusted your not-so-suspicious claim. Once you regain control, you'll simply want to run over and slash him to separate him from the bag. After that, he'll follow his predetermined route until he leaves the area. It's incredibly easy, so you shouldn't have any trouble doing this, I hope. Now, just a quick piece of trivia for you. Later on, you can return to do this event again, since everything resets when you play the Song of Time. And so you can save this old woman again, but if you hit the bag containing the explosives with like an arrow or a bomb, or several other items we'll have eventually, it will actually cause it to explode, which will take Sakin along with it, and he'll die. I actually showed this later on in the walkthrough, but it's kind of dumb in that it cancels out the following event, so if you want these extra items after this, then you need to not kill Sakin. So I recommend against it unless you're just doing it for fun later on. The old woman will then thank you by giving you the blast mask, which allows you to make your face explode. Yay! That sure does sound appetizing now, doesn't it? It hurts you just as much as a regular bomb, but you can use it anytime you want as long as you let it charge up. There's actually a trick to not take any damage with it, so this is certainly a pretty sweet addition to our collection, and I'll be showing it off here in a little while, and I use it quite a bit for this first little chunk of the game. This will complete her Bomber's Notebook entry. Yay! So now just one quick comment, though, is that she vaguely mentions that their shop could now start selling bomb bags in the morning. They actually already sell bomb bags, but what she's bringing in is the upgraded variety, the big bomb bags. Because of this, we're going to purchase the bigger variety tomorrow, skipping straight to the level 2 bag, so this will save us a bit of money in the process, which is good. Next, you want to head back out through the northern exit to get back into Termina Field. In the snowy portion of the field to the north, there's all these giant stone mushroom thingies, and on top of one of them, there is a spirit dancing on any night from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. You want to just follow my mini-map to see where that is, and hop over to the mushroom to go speak with the spirit who is named Kamaro. He explains that he died before he could share his dance with the world, and that makes him very sad. Aww. As a result, his spirit cannot rest and pass on to the next world. Man, life's tough. Or death, I suppose. Once he's done speaking, you want to go ahead and play the Song of Healing to place his lingering regrets into a mask and complete his entry in the Bomber's Notebook. So with Kamaro's mask, we'll perform his dance, and we will share it with some dance-savvy people here soon that are in need of a new jig. But our next objective is to go to East Clocktown and enter the Stockpot Inn while we still can. The door will be locked at this late hour, but you can use the Deku Flower nearby to fly up onto the veranda and enter that door, because that one is not locked. Immediately you want to go down the stairs and follow the left wall all the way around until you find the latrine/bathroom. During any night from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., there is a, well, hand in the toilet who's in dire need of paper. Right. Earlier I got the moon sphere from the Astral Observatory and traded it with the business scrub in South Clocktown for the land title deed. You want to show him the goods to help him out with his little problem. Notice, though, that there's a box of paper on the floor here. Why couldn't he have just used that anyway? He'll finish his, business and gift you with a piece of heart that apparently fell down there. Should we be excited by this prize or a little bit disturbed? Maybe both. Anyway, this will complete the question mark entry of the Bomber's Notebook, and what a hero you are! This silly character has actually been in multiple Zelda titles, and his dire situation is always the same. We are never actually given any more information than that, so there's literally no more backstory about this character ever given, ever. Next, you want to run over to West Clocktown, where you can meet up with the Rosa Sisters. During the first and second nights, they're out here practicing for the Carnival of Time, trying to come up with a trendy new dance, and they aren't having much luck, and they're very frustrated because of it. Put on Kamaro's mask and stand in front of them to press the B button to show them how to get groovy. Once you're done watching that splendid cutscene, they'll officially dub you their sensei and gift you with a piece of heart. This also completes their entry for the Bomber's Notebook, and from this point on, for this 3-day cycle anyway, if you speak with them while wearing Kamaro's mask, they'll laugh and tell you to come see their performance. But whenever you aren't wearing the mask, they still won't recognize you and tell you to leave them alone. Next, you want to run over to the bomb shop, and we have some lovely new big bomb bags that are waiting for us in the morning. But you can play around for a few hours if you want, or just simply play the Song of Double Time with me, just skip ahead, where I will see you for the next video. Later.